Hi, welcome to 5-Minute Guitar Lessons. In today's lesson, we're going to learn T.N.T. by AC/DC, and that's from the album T.N.T. released in 1975. So before you get started, make sure you take a moment to look in the description, download our chord chart, because that'll help you follow along with this lesson and play along with the original recording. So here we go. Alright, so here's the first riff. So we can break this riff down into two parts. And the first part is just playing these three chord shapes in a row. So first we have E5, then G5, and then A5. So we just play those three chords in a row. And then after that, we just play a little lick. So for this lick, first we're going to put our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string. Then we're going to play A5 again. And then we're going to play the 3rd fret of the low E string one more time. And when you put that together, it looks like this. So when you put the whole thing together, this is what you get. 3, 4, E, G, A, lick, E, G, A, lick. Now we're ready to try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's the chorus. So for this second part, we're just reusing the same chords from part 1, but in reverse order. And they go along with the words T, N, T. Let's try that. 3, 4. T, N, T. And then after that, we just play the low E string. We're just playing 8th notes. So that means we're just going 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So we end up actually playing it 10 times total, but it's really important that you count along with it so you get it the right number of times and with the right feel. So let's just quickly try that now with the T&T part as well. 1, 2, T, N, T, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and T, N, T, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and T, N, T, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. And then from there we'll play T, N, T one more time. And after that we'll play G, A. And this part ends with a bend on the G string on the 2nd fret. So I want to talk about that bend at the end of that last phrase we just did. There's a couple things that are really important to look out for. One is to make sure that when you're doing the bend, you're not just using one finger. That gets way too hard. You want to use at least 2 fingers. Here I'm using my middle finger and I'm placing it close to the fret where you're going to want to place your finger any time you're playing any notes. And then I'm backing it up with my index. And if you find that it's still too hard for you with those 2 fingers, try doing a bend further up the neck. Like here I'm going to do one at the 9th fret. There's a lot less tension around this part of the string than there is near the edge. Imagine someone walking on a tightrope. They always dip the most when they're in the middle. That's because that's where the string tension is the loosest. So the next thing I want to talk about is the pitch of the bend and the release. So when we're bending a note, we're not just bending it up some random amount. We actually want to bend it up to a particular note. In this case, we're bending from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret. So we want to get that same pitch that we would get on the 4th fret. And then once we get all the way up, we want a nice slow release. We want to keep holding the string down as we release the bend. We don't just want to abandon it halfway. So let's try that part together now. 3, 4, 1, 2. T, N,